それじゃあ行こうか。
Frieren is a great mage who bears the holy emblem. She's extraordinarily gifted and frighteningly powerful. After the Demon King's forces took her homeland, Frieren came to hate demons from the depths of her soul. From that moment on, she set out on a journey to defeat the Demon King. In battle, she fights with her staff and wields all kinds of offensive spells. When casting her ultimate, Zoltrak, Frieren moves to the rearmost position that lets her hit the most enemies. The ultimate strikes enemies in a rectangular area for several seconds, dealing damage over time along with extra true damage. That extra true damage is evenly split among all enemies hit. At the start of battle, enemies will not target Frieren first. After some time, Frieren increases her damage dealt and replaces her normal attack with Lightning, Judrajim. Lightning Judrajim deals damage multiple times, with the final hit stunning the target. Also, after fighting alongside Himmel for a while, Frieren permanently gains extra attack equal to a portion of Himmel's initial attack. When casting Hellfire, Volzenbell, Frieren deals damage to all enemies within a certain radius and sets the area ablaze. Enemies standing in the flames take damage every second, and their vitality is reduced. After some time, the cooldown of Hellfire Volzenbell becomes shorter. Once her exclusive skill is unlocked, Frieren will start the battle by casting defensive magic on herself and the frontmost ally. If either of them takes damage exceeding a certain portion of their initial max health, the excess damage is reduced. And once her exclusive skill is upgraded, Frieren's haste increases as long as the frontmost ally she protects remains alive. To sum it up, Frieren is powerful on both offense and defense. She commands a wide variety of spells and can land heavy hits in many different ways. And once the fight has gone on for a while, her power spikes and her magic becomes much stronger. Uh-oh, the hero party just caught the attention of a whole crowd of monsters. They look pretty confident. Do they really think they stand a chance against Frieren? Frieren always begins her fight by watching how the battle unfolds. Shields from her allies can keep her safe early on. Then, she starts firing off spells without holding back until every enemy is down. That's the Legendary Mage, all right. Looks like I worried for nothing. I almost feel sorry for those monsters. In our travels across Hesperia, I've seen her smile more than once. I do wonder how many magic books she'll end up collecting. Oh, and I really need to remind her, if she comes across a weird-looking treasure chest, she should probably leave it alone.
さあ、楽しい冒険の始まりだ。
Himmel is a hero who lives for adventure. He set out on a journey to slay the Demon King. Wielding the hero's sword, he combines masterful swordsmanship with incredible mobility. Along the way, he cuts down countless foes while protecting his companions. Himmel gives his all in every fight, unleashing the full power of his masterful swordsmanship. When casting his ultimate, Heroic Slash, Himmel unleashes a series of slashes against enemies in a designated frontal area that is 3 tiles wide and 3 tiles long. Each slash deals damage based on his attack. He then follows up with a massive sweeping strike that deals damage to all enemies in front of him, plus extra true damage equal to a portion of the target's max health. This extra true damage cannot exceed a certain portion of Himmel's attack. Himmel is light on his feet with razor-sharp instincts and reflexes. When casting Heroic Dash, Himmel dashes to the 2 enemies who have dealt the most cumulative damage, dealing damage and knocking each of them down for a few seconds. He then returns to his original position. Himmel remains unaffected while casting this skill. Himmel is kind and dependable, and he always looks out for his companions. That's why they trust him and gladly follow his lead. At the start of battle, If Himmel is adjacent to at least one mage, one tank, and one support ally, he forms a hero party with himself and one ally from each of those classes. Himmel inspires all party members, increasing their basic stats and granting them a shared permanent shield equal to a portion of his initial attack. When casting the skill Hero Party, Himmel strikes the target multiple times, then converts part of the damage dealt into healing for all party members. Once Himmel's exclusive skill is unlocked, Blue Moon Weed petals will sweep across the battlefield at the start of battle, granting permanent stat buffs to Himmel and his party members. Tank and support members gain increased max health equal to a portion of Himmel's initial attack. Mage members and Himmel gain increased attack equal to a portion of Himmel's initial attack. If Frieren is part of Himmel's hero party, Himmel places a flower wreath on her, permanently increasing both his and Frieren's penetration. Once Blue Moon Blessings is upgraded, a few seconds into the battle, Blue Moon Weed petals will sweep across the battlefield again. This heals all party members for a portion of their max health and removes all their debuffs. At the same time, Himmel's attack increases for each surviving party member. Himmel is powerful, and his strong sense of justice inspires everyone fighting beside him. In battle, he unleashes all kinds of sword techniques: rapid slashes, swift dashes, crushing knockdowns. He makes it all look effortless. And the morale boost and blessings he grants to his hero party make a huge difference. They greatly strengthen the entire team. More monsters are coming for the hero party. Not good. Their boss just showed up. Himmel charges in first, using flawless swordsmanship and swift movement to land heavy blows on the boss. The rest of the hero party is inspired by Himmel. Their basic stats increase, and they gain a shield to help them withstand enemy attacks. Then, the Blue Moon Blessings sweep across the battlefield, permanently strengthening the party's stats. Inspired and blessed, the party moves in and joins Himmel in driving the boss back. Wow, look at all those petals! So beautiful! It reminds me, there are plenty of gorgeous flower fields like this across Hesperia. When the wind blows, the whole sky fills up with color. If everything goes well on this journey, maybe we'll take everyone to see them someday.